So I'm having so much fun with these builds, with these this domain is for sale site. So this is another one I found. It's not that old. It's like a year and 7 months old. But I've realized that we can actually make programmatic landing pages using reusable components, which I'll show in a second. And we can also make tools. Why not just make tools? Because these pages are all indexable. They've been sitting, the domains have been sitting there. The site's been sitting there. We may as well make tools because we can. So this is the landing page for this. And I've got a little quiz. I've had to add more entries to the quiz, but it's a little quiz that parents, mums, it's aimed at mums, can take, just clicking anything here. And it just helps them narrow down different side hustle ideas. So I did have this idea, it's the same idea for this domain, but building it out on WordPress takes forever. So it's amazing that I've been able to just spin this up with little thought. So it's not exactly how I'd want it. I'd spend a lot more time with it. And I was going to make mini courses, but again, I always have these ideas and then I don't build them out. I don't follow through. So then I end up having all of these half-baked ideas. But because I'm selling the domain, I'm doing sort of a soft sale. So I'm not that, I don't really, not that I don't care, but I may as well take a few seconds. It's not been that long. It's taken minutes to put this together. And I can actually do it properly. It doesn't have to be like a dummy domain. I can put some tools on here. So I thought, let me add these programmatic landing pages. So all I gave it a list of different side hustles, and I told it to make the pages and also use the homepage reusable components on the homepage with the unique details from the quiz results. So all of the side hustles, or maybe 20 side hustles, have been added to the quiz. So I said to use those as the unique information on the page. Now, if you want to do this properly, I suggest that this site is not going to be connected to Supabase. I don't think any of these are worth having a Supabase account. Even if I did decide to make loads of different free accounts, I don't think it would be worth it, the time. But if you were doing this properly and you wanted to make these programmatic pages, I've already done it. I do need to make a video on it, but what I would suggest is having it connected to Supabase or some kind of database. Loving Supabase right now because everything I've wanted to do, it's allowed me to do. But I would suggest using Supabase and then using the Edge function, which stores your API keys. So adding OpenAI or Gemini or whichever LLM you prefer. And then actually, while using the React components, the reusable components, having it create a very specific section. This is where the dynamic content comes into it. So having it create a specific section based on the title or based on the keyword for the page. And that's what I've done. That makes the most sense. Otherwise, you're limited to the details, the unique details that the Lovabl can create. Lovabl, Bolt, whichever tool you use. You're limited to what it's going to put on the page within that prompt. So the different things that it's put on is this. So that's as unique as your page will be if it's not connected to Supabase, and if you don't want to go through every individual page and add specific text, because it's very easy for me to just go to ChatGPT and tell it to write some copy and then throw it in, but then that defeats the issue of creating these programmatic pages. So I didn't create these pages one by one. I'm going to go back. I didn't create these pages one by one. I took a list. Granted, it's not that many pages. It's 9 pages, but it created these all in one go with the quiz data, which is the time, how much you can make a month, and then how much it takes to get started. And then the same reusable components come up on every page. So this quiz is there on every page. This is different. So I have these things are not on the home page. So I added this after I said to add this section. So the book a strategy call and this entire section here. This only shows up on the side hustle landing pages, but it shows up on all of the pages. So again, you have opportunities to add animated elements. You've got this here, which is another element on the page that makes it stand out, makes it look different. And then you've got more information. But again, the downside is that even though this doesn't appear on the homepage, this exact text appears on all of the landing pages. So you're at risk of duplicate content, and that's where the Supabase integration and dynamic content comes into it. And that would be something I would highly recommend. But because this is just something, it's just a project, just putting it out there, I'm just experimenting, and this is something that I found work. So if you want to easily create those programmatic landing pages, something like this, then make your homepage, have all the wonderful things that make it stand out, and then just tell it what you want it to do. So tell it, I want to create these programmatic pages, I want to target these keywords, I want this text to be different or varied, and so on and so forth. But again, you're going to see so much better quality if you're doing this via Supabase. But that's it. It's just a quick video. Again, it's just another this domain is for sale type of page. Didn't take me that long to spin up at all. So on to the next.